It's gonna clear my throat. Hi, hello, welcome, everyone. So, I was stumbling around Steam. Don't mind me looking over here at this volume. And I found this. So, how could I not? How could I not get it? It's I don't know. I thought it was a really funny idea. It made me laugh, and I bought it on impulse. So now we're all gonna experience it together. I have no idea what this game really is. It's a vampire therapist. That's all I got. I don't know what these are. They sound like DLC things, but we're going to ignore them for now and just do a new game. If I'm a therapist, if I'm going to a therapist, I have no idea. Oh, there's words. Okay. Therapist explores or touches on sensitive topics such as war abuse. Okay. So I try on any of these topics. I approach this game with caution. Naturally, a game of vampires about blood and sexual themes, strong language, conflict, blah blah blah. Unless you're a vampire. Got it. Okay. Here's a warning. Read it. Acknowledge it. If you have a problem, maybe don't click this video. I think it's particularly funny that, like, the idea of vampires always has blood, which makes sense. But also sexual themes. The sexy vampires just becomes a part of our culture that's now just expected. And that's just funny to me.
My name is Sam Walls.
Oh, hello.
And I'm a dead man.
Oh, you?
Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire.
Ah.
Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky though.
Yeah.
I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my
cowboy.
fangs, taught me my letters, and
Cowboy
showed me
vampire?
how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think.
You think this Sam Wells exists
Anywho,
in
as
the
the world
Redemption
started getting
universe?
smaller, my old vampire gang
You think this
tracked
is a
me down.
vampire cowboy
Them being
running
my
around?
kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing. Found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
Fair.
I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been looking, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
So, I'm assuming I am Sam Wells, the cowboy vampire therapist, helping other vampires with their issues. Yeehaw. I can't do a Western or Southern accent.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Street.
True, do I click? Do I enter?
A lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here. Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
You also a vampire?
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ja, hello, old timer. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Oh, look at them. Look at those goth baddies. I. Comments about the dress code. Tell them you're here to party about the club. Tell me about the dress code, please.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is total sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
Reinhard, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Maxi liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
I see we're already starting with the sexy vampire tropes. Oh, I get to make choices in this game. What kind of cowboy vampire do I want to be? I guess we'll find out. So far, a funny one.
Well, I definitely ain't an American no more.
Tell them you're here at a party. Ask about your markers. Ask about the club. I guess I can ask
Well, what's
the
so
club.
special about this club?
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever. You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
And I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
That's me.
Maxi, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
Maxi. oh, Maxi. You look a bit taken, is the vibe I'm getting. And Sam Wells here is a fine, upstanding gentleman, obviously. Will he stay that way? We'll find out. No, I'm a party.
Loose. What kind of party is this?
I don't want to blow my cover, look weird, ruin the vibe.
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
Oh, we're them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
So we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do-or-die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine. I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there. I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Wait, so I want to choose one of these? Book? Okay, whoa, wait. Stallone, like, wait. Distortions, a sunny. Okay. In black and white, we know lose family peace, live without everything's a big show. You feel like two options winning the day and just snake of the heart. All the extremes, ignoring in between. It's just so stakes a hug. If I can't get the best out, my butt's gonna break, no doubt. Doing the roads. Maybe. Responsibility or self-control of a hopeless thing. Neither is true. Don't mean you're powerless and feeling touched. Well, slim thinking other way, a real somewhere between. Dark powers, vampires can dominate the world. If I'm able to discover those secrets highly, my smart to do. I can't deal with bureaucracy. Travel with my craft. I'm stuck in the USA forever. I don't think it's saloon thinking. What's hot branding? Awful news. I might think I'm unthinkable. It's like branding. So that do no good. Another thing, I think it's. What was the first one? High noon mind.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhard, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend.
Oh,
I
hello.
hear you're the man to talk to around these parts. I'm here to see Andromachos.
A real conversationalist. Don't mind my throat. Okay, it's fine. Well, thoughtfully.
Fun night.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
Dash of their hopes, bring them joy. Ugh. Okay, I hope I'm good now. I'm gonna be a nice old vampire cowboy. I'm bringing some joy.
Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine.
Have fun night.
Have fun,
Well,
mate.
come on, you two. We ain't got all night.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, awful loud in here.
Come on, my liver, dance with us.
Well, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this. I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
Thank you.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Is he?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Wall.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
This is one of them. Hot branding? Hot branding? Hot branding? Hot
From
branding?
where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are.
Did I
Tell you
pass?
what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a
They were
special
just goth.
experience.
It's fine. How dare you make
He's
assumptions?
the only real vampire here. Well, and Bert.
But
You met him already.
oh, the
Bert, shuffle on over here.
bouncer. Mm-hmm.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun night.
Good luck up there, cowboy.
That's all he says.
Hope you find
Like
what
Groot.
you're looking for.
I'm good. Have fun, mate. Down, 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 down. Oh. Boom, boom, boosh, boosh, boosh.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
V-Man.
Yes, I know
Oh.
who you are, Samuel Walls.
You're so ominous
You
looking.
have come here because you believe you can help our kin. The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
I think so. I can't. I think so.
I've been
I hope
fixing
so.
myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Oh, I'm a nice vampire.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel.
Don't know.
I
It's
am
time of
pleased
day.
to
Ha
share
ha
some of
ha.
it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive distortion.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
I didn't mind.
I
Like
noticed how
those
we stress ourselves out
buds,
by
those
making everything
goths I
about
was just
look
talking
do or
to.
die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in Mortal Kombat long before the age
I'm
of
sorry,
gunpowder.
my throat is just not good today.
But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marky Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
Marky Aurelius. I know that name. That's an historical guy. He's some. I'm gonna be dumb if I get this wrong. But I kind of want to say there's some like Roman or Greek general guy. But the way he's talking about it makes him sound like a philosopher, like Socrates or something. I don't know. We gotta look it up later.
You mean
Not right now. Not
Marcus
important.
Aurelius,
Vampires.
the Roman emperor?
Roman Emperor. I wasn't completely off. I was getting there. I was close.
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
A bedroom name, you say?
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Penetration was similar to a handshake. Oh, somebody's done their history.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I see.
It encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die. Death eventually comes for us all. Mortals will always fear our kind. Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking? If I do not drink blood, I will death eventually. Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't,
It did.
to say mortals
I'm
will always fear
Drayne
us
is such a
ends any
good
hope that they
therapist.
might not. Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Evidently I do.
I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
Oh.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded I was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling. You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also
Sorry, I'm so
killed
quiet.
potential aspirations I might have had.
I'm paying attention. I'm learning so much. I feel like I'm in like a Psych 101 class.
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements. I am so old, I am ancient. Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer. It seems you have missed my... I am so old, I am ancient.
Is it this one? Or is it the mass swimming one?
Oh, come on. I know you've been kicking around a long...
But according to definition,
Okay.
I am ancient. It is not a label, but a specific...
Well, you look pretty...
The secret is moisturizer. But let us continue. Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
Okay,
How
so
shall
that's
I
the mass
describe
swimming
myself?
one.
Yes. I am a mat.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets.
Blood spatter,
But yeah,
good.
we vampires tend to do a lot
Blood
of
is
killing, but
good.
reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I have one more.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
That's true. Is this like... Chat, is this a thing? Hubris versus nemesis? Arrogance versus self-pity?
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you
I
have
don't know, there could be a
identified
rush.
is
I might be on a
phenomenon
stream. I might want to
individuals
not
perceive
want to
either
take
an illusion of
forever.
control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Control
Rarely do
fallacy.
we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But
Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh, sorry.
I used to think
Too
I'd
fast.
never get away from my gang. Maybe that's what made me
My
stick with them
bad,
for so
my
long.
bad.
yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
Of course you are. Very strong. In control. Game?
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a
Ah,
control
it
fallacy
was a
right
test.
there.
I see. That broke.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you
Andromachos.
expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one. The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it. My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. didn't catch my control, the sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold...
This one?
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies. With all eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
I applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel. But some things we must be prepared to accept, and the death of the sun is one of them. My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you can always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted.
Okay,
But I
I'm
do
not.
speak from experience.
I'm doing
I felt
terrible.
this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified. I
Oh.
went into a murderous depression that nearly
Oh.
decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Can I see this cat?
Dang, don't
You
let
have
me
one
get on
now?
your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell?
I think that's all. of
Nope,
them.
that's it.
Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Nearly 2 centuries.
Oh, come
No
on,
biggie.
you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling.
Labeling.
I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
I ain't
True,
never heard that
true.
one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin.
I wasn't ready for so much, like, testing. I know this is meant to be, like, a tutorial, but I'm kinda tired of it, not gonna lie.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Well, there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
Song names.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
You'll
There's gotta
be
Nosferatu thinking. There's
fine.
a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Ooh, I'm a confident cowboy. Yeehaw.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway. Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything.
Go on.
I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
So, you're gonna become my vampire therapist, while I become a vampire therapist to other vampires. Is that how this works? Is that what this is? Let's go.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh.
I am.
Please,
I
Dads,
am.
drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromako.
Andromachos.
Dumbass.
Hey, Andrew McCoo.
Just call me Andy.
Andy.
All right, Andy. I'll
I'm
see
like
you tomorrow then.
Andy. We can call him Annie, my guys. I think it's gonna become a bedroom name, like Marky. Oh, the music's back.
Dang. Look at all them mortals sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor.
Sorry, what are you saying? Got distracted. Power enough? I'll get me on this. You're not a dancer, Sam?
Got anything for me?
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix.
Sure we do.
Name's Crimson, by the way.
Hi,
Fine with you,
Crimson.
How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Ooh.
No shit.
So you're
How's
the
a
bedroom
mortal get
name.
hooked up with an ancient vampire.
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar. Found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
That's quite the first meaning.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula. But what are you doing talking to me,
Honestly,
cowboy?
same
The blood's running
thing.
hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard, look. It's the sexy
Oh, the
old
back.
guy again.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
These two really wanna bang the vampire cowboy.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Bounce. Tell. A question. What kind of person? A Sam. Not my type. Alcohol is bad for them. I'm telling you, don't have the money. Tell them they can support themselves. I don't really want to do any of these, to be honest. I feel like that's rude. That's not gonna do over well. No, they know. Everyone knows. Telling them isn't gonna do anything. I don't know the money thing. I have no idea what my financial situation is. I don't know about tell them they can support themselves. I'm kind of feeling this one. It feels like the therapy option. Which is kind of the point of the game, right?
I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Yeah, look at that.
Mein Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
Ooh.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
Please, we are here to party.
Don't ruin the mood,
But
Sam.
Get a laser printer.
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood. Look, kids, you seem like nice enough folks, but I wasn't planning on buying drinks tonight.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
Consent is key.
Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
We have a kink room.
Wait, kink room?
Mm-hmm. You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you. Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
My neck scrubs with anticipation.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
This wasn't how I thought this was gonna go. I was not expecting Kink Room, and neither was Sam.
This much leather couldn't be boring.
Am I wearing that much leather? The vest, maybe, and my pants leather too? Shoes? Oh,
Yeah, well,
I guess.
you got me pegged.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me. me.
Well, step right on up.
I'm so excited.
Remember, Sammy boy, just stick the tips of them fangs into the blue veins and we'll all have a nice time.
Oh, wait. There's no good place to bite.
Du Dummkopf, du hast mir in die Arterie gebissen.
Well, quit moving.
Oh, das hat
Oh.
sich gut angefühlt.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
They're enjoying this a bit too much, I think, for my comfortability.
Oh, Reinhard, the hot old vampire wore me out.
Oh.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Reinhard, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, Cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, sure thing, fella. You can help me with my new laser printer.
Oh, that's what he meant,
Something to
but
drink, I should probably get
you
to my
think
coffin.
that, Sam.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Desk coffins.
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
Smart coffins.
Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
How long will this movie go on for if I don't click anything? Also, guys, comment what is this movie? Wait, never mind. I got my answer. Hello, knows what you. I haven't watched you. I just know clips of you. Mostly from SpongeBob, actually. Okay, that's it.
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
You could do it, Sam. Don't you worry. You are a perfect, kind, respectable cowboy vampire therapist guy.
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
I think I did.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am
Yeah.
not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see
Fair.
vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Is that a jab at, like, my first thought was Twilight, but there's also one of other modern vampire shows. Buffy had vampires, I'm pretty sure. Vampire Diaries, originals. There's a lot of vampires.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume
Yeah.
I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first V-mailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit. Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang.
Pinkertons, huh?
I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me. They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think.
I'm gonna walk and think. Honestly, say, just getting that space can help me clear my head, and maybe it helps you too. Certainly helps Sam.
I walked in nature for about 90 years.
It's long,
Just took
it's a long
in all
walk.
the grace and beauty of my country. I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the transcendentalists helped me.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
Yeah, y'all live a long time.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do. But nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date. I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases. Did you miss my should statement? I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your
You
time
should.
in nature was
Crimson
clearly well
deserves
spent.
everything.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself. I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Hold on. I've
Her
only
type
been
is
in Europe
cowboys?
for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing, spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Don't worry. I know saints. They weren't
I
saints.
understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
There's
I
so many
understand that
distortions.
the actions of your past
My
are difficult to
collection
bear.
grows.
But what we are here to do is I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds. I am Andromochos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things. I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people. The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Look at me
Well
go.
done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa,
I saw tomorrow. Look at me go.
Just
So
started
fast.
learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
No, I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's go.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get a liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
How much is a
liter?
liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as
Andy.
well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I'm such a sucker for puns. I love them so much. Game? Game? I have therapy sessions.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm
Brains
messing
I'm
with.
messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift. All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
You'll get this, and I believe in you.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are
Ooh,
about to misinterpret
nice.
the client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
Let's see.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta
So
be.
am I. So going in red means there's like a thing I need to call out.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically. Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Dr. Drayne, huh? You ain't
Dr.
got no first
Drayne.
name?
Point 30 in male English. Intake information. Dr. Drayne is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment and runs a global pharmaceutical research company. It is now concerned that he has developed addiction to a drug of his own formulation, suggestion. Detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drayne's drinking and sleeping habits.
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed, you catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
But
What's happening, Sam?
I know you can handle this. Be
It's
yourself,
drop time.
and all will be well.
Satan bless it all, I hate flying.
Oh man.
Hey there.
Drayne, please. Doctor.
God's blood, what on earth are you? My
So
name's
clumpy.
Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drayne. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you. Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee. Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Are you all right, Samuel?
Look at him.
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Big blue. It's like a hologram.
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat. I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me? Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like
Ooh, your
common
fangs
prey.
are coming out.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you've read my case file and know why I'm here? You're here for an addiction problem. Yes.
I
Embarrassing,
did read
isn't
the
it?
case file. I'll remember.
What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime. Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips? Let me think.
Just, but no easy solutions. Just a hug, something tasty, a milder addiction.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T. And I know how you English love your tea. Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing. Tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to?
It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
You're losing me.
Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do. I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
The big sciencey words. I don't know if they're real or not, but I don't know to trust him. Synthetic blood always sounds good.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to. Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace.
Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with the synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I am in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure.
I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set.
Perhaps. But if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little.
But you know something.
Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years.
You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though.
I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Well, who said you should have achieved
Bad
more?
shirts. Don't you should?
Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work.
And what happens if you don't?
Absolutely nothing at all.
Well, that's my point.
That is not as encouraging as you think it is.
It ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality.
Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood.
It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience.
Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds
I
like
know,
what you're
Doc.
doing is pretty dang complicated. Sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself.
Please. I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding.
And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding?
No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc?
That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
That's a pretty dark read on things. You know, lots of folks get over their
You
addictions.
hate not all moral celebrities have addictions, my guy.
Yes, but not me.
I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a lot of life and opportunity left in you, if you can call this life. Now hold on there, that's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white. It's got its shades of gray too, you know.
Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic. Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
Well, good boy. Good boy. Mickey's take blood. You're a good boy.
That ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Oh, the kink room.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it?
I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive.
Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man.
I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night?
Oh, nothing of the sort.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that.
You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself.
Oh, wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Depression is the only sensible reaction. He makes the goths downstairs seem almost...
Oh, don't be such a bump.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to
Fine.
different people.
Thank you for the help, Andy.
Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call him, might even be a different degree of depressed?
Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole.
Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo.
Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Dr. Drayne is calling himself a whiner for being sad.
Oh, he's a
Regardless, I know
whiner.
what you say,
I
coming and
see. I
talking to me
focused
makes
on
you
the
a
wrong
whiner.
thing.
Is that not what I currently am?
No, you're fine, my guy.
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label.
Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer.
Moaning, whinging, belly aching, still all just labels.
I don't believe I shall be using the term belly aching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
You honestly think feeling good makes you an ignoramus?
The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think?
But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided.
Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool.
Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel.
What? Shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius?
Still just labels.
Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience.
I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need, and it makes you feel good.
First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of
You
this plasma
do
does
need
have
to
downsides.
rest.
But what kind of downsides?
I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex. Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time.
That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drayne. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Well, I should be better at it.
Those
Your
short
doc,
statements,
a
easy to
wise
find.
old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself.
Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults.
I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't
Everybody
be doing
doing
that.
that.
But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts?
I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years.
It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you.
You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff. It's well all the same. I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it. All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind.
Yay.
You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
Bye.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin. Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
Oh yay, challenges. My
bid you
favorite.
good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
I like me some grub. Should I save in this game? Just auto save? Should I just quit?
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this
There
therapy
will be
stuff
stuff already.
Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam, how are you doing tonight,
I give a
partner?
new cowboy nickname for me every time I come by.
Well, better already hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Oh, maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
It was great.
it was
We
a
made
bullseye on my
progress.
end.
He's thinking about stuff.
You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
I'm glad
Wow.
to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone
Thank
ever
you,
tell you you're wise beyond your
Crimson.
years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
I'm
Don't
gonna
fall
do
for
the
the trap.
gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway. I'm 50 years young.
Ooh.
50?
You're
I'm
for
died
50.
around that age and I look like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you. I've been 30 for a good while now.
But you
30.
ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night. Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is...
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I
Magic.
ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Of course, Americans are full of glucose. So much sugar. Ooh.
There he is, my
Check
incredible protege.
point saved. How long have I been playing for? Should I continue? No clue. No idea. I might stop the video here for now. We did the tutorial. We did our first client. Everything's going good. And I'll probably come back to this. It's not that hard a game. It feels like a good game to do like casually. Something you kind of listen to. I know I'm not really talking that much during this, but because they are talking, I don't want to cover the beautiful voice acting. Not to mention that we're learning stuff. We're learning how to take care of ourselves and each other. It's great. I love it. I don't know what I don't know what I expected. It wasn't this, but I'm happy with what we got. I hope there's some more like side stuff outside the appointments, like with Crimson and it was those two other Gauss Reinhardt and Maxie, I think were their names, and some more side characters would be cool. I'm kind of curious if we can get Sam to like have a relationship with someone. The Gauss suddenly want to bang him. I don't know if he'll let anyone bang him, but we'll find out. So until next time, stay spooky and have a lovely rest of your day, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Bye bye.